Hey y'all, that's my best friend Jeanelle.
And that's my best friend Jeanelle.
And we have a guest with us today, Brandon!
For those of you who don't remember, this is my brother. Hey Munchkin.
Hey Munchkin. So guys, just like we had our sit down with Jeanelle, Brandon is here to share with us his sickle cell anemia story as well. Thank you, Brandon.
Not a problem. For the first time ever. So I wasn't really here for the last video, so I don't know what my sister said about her story. But
we want to hear straight from you.
I can imagine they're pretty similar. I was telling them earlier that I'm a very bad example of a sickle cell patient because I do everything that I should not be doing as a sickle cell patient. And if my hematologist ever saw this video, he would hate me. I was diagnosed at birth because since she got diagnosed at 1, they automatically checked for me, and I was diagnosed with sickle cell at birth. Growing up with sickle cell was not easy. As a guy, I would think that they're different for guys and girls, because guys, me being a guy, I wanted to participate in all the physical activities. I wanted to do sports, boxing, anything athletic I wanted to do, but my body does not have the capabilities to do it like an average child, I guess. So that kind of took a toll on me. I was the outcast in elementary school. Like, I couldn't do PE, so kids would like tease me about it.
You got teased?
Yeah, I got teased.
Or
He's
PE?
a boy.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. For me, I was happy. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, y'all going to PE to sweat?
I was like,
I wanted to do PE.
Or be in the AC.
What AC? I was still in the sun.
Just sit on there and watch everybody. Y'all get hot and sweaty, and then smell funky.
I mean, I was a boy. I wanted to.
I don't know. That was not my thing.
And in middle school, I wanted to do weight training. I couldn't do weight training because I couldn't lift weights, pretty much. But even though, like, in high school and now, I still go to the gym when I'm not supposed to be going to the gym. There's a lot of things I shouldn't be doing as a sickle cell patient, but I do it anyway. Because my quote that I live by is, you only live once, and I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't really care. Like, if I die at age 35, I'm good with that. I can say that I lived a good life. I'm satisfied. She's very different. She's not adventurous like I am, because she has
self-preservation.
Yes. Self-preservation. No.
Well, I told you I wasn't supposed to live until I was 30, so I'm here. I'm milking it.
So, Brandon, would you say, like, you got a lot of your tenacity, your go-getting from your sister? Because, like what you said, like, the way you do things is not the norm as a regular sickler.
Yes.
What does that have to do with me?
Because you set the precedence.
For sitting and watching people?
No, but as far as, like, you know, and please let me know, guys, if I'm right or wrong here, but there's a lot of people who have sickle cell anemia because they have a list of don't do these things, they don't do it. But I've not seen that with you both, and which, to tell you the truth, me personally, I look at that as something incredible. I think it's that magic component that not just sicklers, but everyone should have in their life. Is like, despite what you've been told and they have given you this hand, you're not going to do it. You guys go out of your norm.
But I do the things that I do, and I have the mentality that I have because I've gone through life since a young age, thinking that I have to strive to be normal. I have to be average. I have to do what everyone else around me does with no complication. And because of elementary school, when I was being teased, I was like, you know what, I'm going to be able to do this one day. I'm going to get it done. But Jeanelle, on the other hand, she doesn't really care what other people think.
Mm-hmm. And you shouldn't either.
I don't either, to a certain extent. But as she said earlier, she will take her depression and her emotions and put it towards her academics. I wasn't that person. I was terrible in school. I hated school with a passion.
He was lazy.
That too. So I do everything to be average. I was very selective with who I told about my sickle cell. I kept it a secret for a very long time. I'm still very secretive.
Yeah. Why?
Because I feel like people would see me differently. I become lesser than the average person, and I don't want that. People think they're better than me because they could do certain things, and I've proven that I can. Granted, I go through crisis proving that I can, but I still do it.
Do you feel lonely?
Lonely?
Yeah. Because I kind of feel like a lot of sickle cell patients, they, at least from the outside looking in, it kind of comes off as like lonely, isolated in a sense, because like from nurses where they have said, you know, they see the patient going through what they're going through, and they either stay in the room dark, all they want is water, which I mean, I understand why, but they don't want to talk. And even after their pain has subsided, there really isn't that buffer to kind of, so how are you feeling, XYZ? They kind of just stay to themselves. And this is coming from nurses' standpoints that they've experienced with sicklers, and, you know, this is how they feel, like they want to stay isolated.
I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like because let's say I'm in the hospital for a week and I go in and the first 3 days are my worst, and I'm not talking, and I'm on, you know, massive amounts of painkillers, and I'm sleeping all the time and drowsy. I mean, I have doctors and nurses that have seen me in my first 3 days in the hospital that I don't even remember. I'm out of it. I'm drugged. Like, I don't remember conversations that I've had. I remember my dad used to laugh at me when I was in the hospital because I swear to God, I'm carrying out a full-on conversation. I'm on the phone talking to him, and within like 30 seconds, he'll just sit there and start laughing. And I'm like, what? And he's like, did they give you pain meds already? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, Jeanelle, do you know what you're saying? Like, do you understand what you're, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm talking, I'm saying, and he's just like, he's dying laughing because like, I'm not actually having a coherent conversation. I don't remember anything. Like, and so the first 3 days, like I said, when you're in that, and it could be longer, it could be 4 days, it could be, it depends on the person, but those first few days that are your worst, I feel like medical staff will just stay away from you and stay back and just kind of be like, all right, just give them payments, just throw payments, and I mean, don't get me wrong, that's what I want, but I feel like they take that precedent and run with it for the rest of the time, because I've also had nurses and doctors who, when I actually start feeling better, will come and start trying to talk to me. And I do speak. Like, you know, I'll have nurses and doctors be like, you look like a completely different person. You are acting like a completely different person. Like, I would have never seen this person today and thought you were the same person on day one. And it'll, you know, I'll talk to them. We'll have conversation. You know, in the hospital, people will be sitting there talking, oh, you're a lawyer? Oh, so this is what's going on with me. And I mean, you get that when you're a lawyer, but like, people want to tell you the problems. But I've also had, you know, nurses come back and be like, listen, you know, in order to get you out of here, you got to get up and start walking. You know, you're out of breath, like, come walk with me. And she had like drugged me basically out of bed. Like, she kept coming back. She came back like 3 times, like within maybe 2 hours. And I was just like, so you ready now? So you ready? And I kept going,
so I want,
I'll be soon. Until eventually I was like, all right, I can't say no anymore. And she came back and we had a conversation. Like, you know, we walked around and, you know, we started talking, and it's a matter of like showing that you're there and showing that you care, because yeah, pain meds are what I need to begin with, but once you realize that I'm not talking, I'm out of it, I'm drugged, I'm not, you know, half the time they're having conversations with me and they swear to God that I'm like listening and I have no idea what they're saying. Like, I just this week when I was in the hospital, somebody, one of my coworkers messaged me and said something to me, and I messaged her back. Oh, it was a DM on Instagram, and she sent me somebody's video, and I messaged her back. Swear to God, up and down, that I said what I wanted to say. Messaged her back and said, I can't see it, because the person's profile is private. I said, I can't see it. The next day or 2 days later, when I'm up and coherent again, not on, you know, too many payments, I look back at the message and she's laughing. She said, laugh out loud. So I look at it and I'm like, what are you laughing at? And I scroll up and I'm looking at like a word that I've never seen in my life before. I swore up and down that I told her I can't see it. All I have there is one word with like 10 letters that mean nothing. Like, it's not even like you can decipher it. Like, you can't say like, maybe she meant to put this letter instead of that. No. I was looking at it like, what was I saying? But I think, like I said, I think it's just a matter of understanding. Like, you can't, it's not that I don't want to be around people. It's not that, I mean, being very honest, I don't feel lonely, to answer your question.
How about you, Brandon? Do you feel the same as Jeanelle?
I took your question very differently. When you said, do you feel lonely, I feel like you meant, do I feel lonely because I have sickle cell and don't know anyone else with sickle cell? Is that what you meant?
No. Like, what I was really trying to get to is there is this stigma where nurses see, and even some people see, where it's like, it just kind of seems like, you're by yourself. Not you, but, other sickle cell patients, that they're by themselves, and that, like, this is how they describe it. They close up the blinds, they keep the door closed. Not a lot of people come to visit them because they don't want to. And to tell you the truth, you can understand why. They're going through something internally. Their bodies are hurting. So the talking and stuff of that nature, even though they may not be lonely, they may have this time where they go through this by themselves, in a sense, because isn't anyone there that can help you
Well,
physically?
yes, I am in pain. I don't really care to talk
to
to anyone. But also, I don't have many people visiting me because I don't want people to see me in that state. Again, I've kept this a secret from the world, basically, and I've been very selective with who I told that I have sickle cell. So I don't want people to see what it's like when I'm in the hospital or in pain.
And I also think that going back to the fact that, not a lot of people are there or visiting or whatever, you also have to remember the kinds of people that suffer from this disease are mainly Black people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you realize the majority of Black people that go through situations, they will need people to be there with them or visit them or stay at the hospital with them, but can they afford it? Mm. Can these people afford to take time off? Can these people afford to be there back and forth, driving back and forth to the hospital, be exhausted on top of the 1 and 2 jobs that they already have, to stay there and sleep there overnight with their, their family members or whatever the case is, to, buy food every day back and forth. Like, it's a process and it happens regularly, and you can't just like stop life because of it.
Mm-hmm. You made some really good points right there, Jeanelle. I had never even thought about that. Brandon, Jeanelle had shared some crazy hospital stories that she has gone through. Is there any that you have gone through that's like, as pertaining like going through a crisis in a hospital for you? Especially as a man.
There have been some hospital visits like Jeanelle where I'm almost come close to death. But I think that would be all of sickle cell patients. But I haven't had her horror stories dealing with staff yet because of the fact that I'm still in. Well,
he's still dealing with the pediatrics.
But
they still allow him to.
I have one more year of pediatrics, so after this year we'll see what that leads to.
And pediatrics is just so different because it's the same people you're seeing over and over again, and they know how to deal with you. And
I work at a premier healthcare facility. And I see how hospital staff deal with sickle cell patients from the inside. I get an inside perspective.
Can you share?
And it's not pretty. Like, I hear what they say about those patients. This patient is this and this patient is that. And all that they want is drugs, and it's not the case. So I take it upon myself to offer my comfort to that patient whenever I can. I hear and see that the sickle cell patient is here. They came in by ambulance and whatever.
And every little bit counts.
It really does.
And this is the reason why, I'm sorry, Brandon, to cut you, but this is the reason why I really wanted to make these videos, to bring an awareness to it, not just to regular people, but also to the helping staff as well. Like, we all have something to learn from this. So go ahead, continue.
I see that they've been here for a while. They hopefully have gotten their pain meds, and after they do, I go in. Introduce myself. I say, listen, I have sickle cell too, so whatever you want, whatever you need, I will get it for you. You want food, sandwich, Gatorade, talk to your doctor for you, I'll try. But
you want me to turn some tables, I'll do it. Like,
my mother wouldn't even turn tables for himself. But then it'd be like, okay.
You want me to do what? Oh no, that's ratchet.
So yeah, I see what it's like dealing with sickle cell from both sides. Treating a patient and beating a patient. Not fun either way.
Is there any particular insight that you have seen that has like rubbed you the wrong way that you want to like clarify some things with, you know, the staffing, whether it be the nurses, the porters, the doctors, the phlebotomists, the whomever in the hospital environment, like that you kind of want to clarify? Is there anything?
I've seen some of my colleagues have a sickle cell patient and try to get something simple as an IV, which is very difficult for a sickle cell patient because when they're dehydrated, you can't really see their veins, or they have very frail veins. They have to stick them 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and that's very frustrating being the staff member and the patient. The patient doesn't want to get sticked that many times, but just have to have patience with it and understand that they're not going to cooperate at all times because they're in pain. They can't stay still very easily. And
I mean, let's call it what it is. It's not just pain. It is excruciating pain.
That's it.
It is gut-wrenching pain. I recently have been diagnosed with a gluten allergy, and what I went through, the pain that I experienced, I don't even want to go back down recalling it. And I can imagine just what these two individuals here, among with the rest of the world who suffer from sickle cell anemia.
That's another thing. All of my colleagues will be like, Brandon, you have sickle cell, but you're so nice. Like, are you nice when you're in pain?
No! Nobody wants to talk to your ass.
I legit look at him like, I don't know.
I can't really see. I can't really talk. Another person comes in. A person with pain.
I guess apparently we're, not appreciated in the healthcare world.
It's the truth. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've spoken with.
I mean, you don't have to lie to me. I live this. Like, we're not liked. We're,
looked up
rude,
on. Yeah.
Angry.
Black people.
I mean, to me, like I said, it is what it is. I know I can be aggressive. I can be aggressive in everyday life. I mean, I think that's part of my personality. I mean, it's part of my career. I'm a lawyer. Like, I'm here for my mouthpiece. Like, this is what makes me my money. So, apart from that, like, that's who I am regularly. But at the end of the day, when I'm in pain, like, nobody's nice when they're in pain. When they're in that kind of pain, like, you can't imagine what somebody is feeling. They're not going to be nice.
And I kind of wanted to do this, kind of bridge the gap between sicklers and hospital staff. Granted, yes, the rest of the world too, I feel like we all need to have an awareness of not just sickle cell anemia patients, but people in general, like your brothers and sisters. They are suffering. Find out about it, learn about it, become aware of it, be able to help them in whichever way that you can. But ultimately, there is so much negative stuff spoken about sickle cell anemia patients and, how the nursing staff feel. And I know firsthand how sickle cell anemia patients feel towards the helping staff. And I think that this is grounds to bridge a gap. And I think that we should. I think that we should build an awareness and, create an environment of change around this. There's definitely room to, and each on both aspects have a lot of valuable information, but it's just areas to work on nonetheless.
When you asked about that one hospital stay that he could remember, I thought more positive than negative though, and I was thinking the time that we were in the hospital together.
I don't really remember that much. I just know that it happened, but I don't remember much of it because I was so young. But we were both in room 305.
What?
Stop.
No, we both had a crisis. like around the same time, and they put us in the same room next to each other.
That's cool.
I mean, it made things easier. Like, we go through it together on a regular regardless, you know? Like, we're always there for each other when we're in pain, like, whenever we need anything. So, like, being sick together in the same room, it was just like, okay. Like,
did you check my brother's temperature? Ma'am, he's ready for a new vital.
I can say that with both of us having sickle cells, that's a major reason as why we're so close to each other. Because we get each other. We know exactly what the other one's feeling. I know what you need. She knows what I need. So it makes it a lot easier traveling together and being in public together as well. Because for a guy, when I'm traveling with some of my friends or whatever, I can't really be like, yo, can you rub my back for me, please?
No, bro, just like right here.
My leg is killing me. Can you rub my leg? Like what? I think girls can do that for each other, but for a guy, it's not gonna work that way.
I mean, even I don't remember ever asking anybody to rub nothing for me. Like this one, she just likes to, you know, push herself into things. So it just happens. Like if it has happened, I don't even remember it happening. But if it has happened, it's because she was just like, "What can I do?
Where do you need me?
Yeah,
tell me." And she's like, "I really don't." And I'm like, "Tell me, because I know you need me."
But as I said before, that I kept sickle cell a secret pretty much my entire life, so no one knew that I had it. And in public or around people, I wouldn't let it be visible. Besides my jaundice, I can't help that. If I'm in pain and I'm around people, I will hide it to every extent. Even at work, people at work, I try not to show that I'm in pain, and I'll be in pain because I had a very physical position when I first started, and I would be in pain, still working till 7 o'clock in the morning, come home and take my Tylenol with codeine, and probably end up in the hospital same day or the following day, whichever. But it's not easy.
I had the same thing. One of my coworkers recently was just like, "Well, why don't you tell me? Like, let me know when it's happening." I'm just like, it's not me. Like, it's not. I know that, you know, you want to be there and I know you want to help, but like, I can't help the way that I think about it and the way that I see that other people are going to see me after this point. Like, it's, like I said before, it's something that can be very scary, and it leaves an imprint on you. To see somebody go through that kind of pain and go through that. So I don't think that you'd be able to help how you look at somebody after it happens. So unless I feel like you're very close to me, where like I know, like, you know, I don't have to worry about what you think or your judgment in any capacity, then I'm probably not gonna like let you in on like the big stuff. Like the small stuff that you can help me with, like, sure, but I'm not gonna let you see that side of me. That's just me, and, you know, not being able to be vulnerable, which I mean is a normal thing in my life.
Well, I will definitely say this, Jeanelle. Like, when I first witnessed the first one, which, to tell you the truth, this was like many times after she's had a crisis, because it was more like a, you know, like, lock me out, like, just leave me alone, Jeanelle. Like, I'll talk to you shortly, just give me a little bit. And I respected her for it. But like, when I finally was there to witness and see her go through it, and
I don't even remember how that happened. How did you end up in the, was it like you were just passing through the office or something?
Yeah,
I was in the clinic at school. That's what happened, because I was like, I had to go home. I knew I had to go home, and I was like making them call home for me. And I'm lying in the clinic bed, and I think she was just like passing through the office and saw me and like came to like talk to me, and I'm like, oh fuck.
and I'm like,
Here we
what's
go.
going on
Like,
here?
Gotta sit here and pretend like nothing's happening.
And she's like transforming before my eyes, and I'm like, what's wrong? No, I'm good. And I'm like, but Jeanelle, you don't see right. I'm fine. You know? And I'm like, Jeanelle, like, I don't think you just leave me alone. And I'm like, okay, like, something.
I'm good.
Yeah, like it was.
Well, I'll see you.
And you see, the thing is, I'm a very empathetic person. So as she's doing this, like, I'm feeling like what she's going through, and I'm like, it's this, like, this is. I can't feel the pain, but I'm feeling like her. And she's like, and I'm like, oh, Jeanelle, like, talk to me. And she's like, just go back to class. And I'm like, but you need me. She's like, the ambulance is coming. I'm like, ambulance is coming. What's going on? And, you know, it was very scary, but then it became really real. You know, my friend, she needs me. I need, from after that, I was like, give me a list, give me a real, like, what can you do? What can you not do? And I mean, through the times, like, through the years, I could kind of sense, okay, Jeanelle, you're doing too much right now. I try not to scare her like that. But she knows when I say these things, like, Jeanelle, you're doing too much. You need to relax. And
I'm just here like,
but it becomes true, you know, like, so I've become like in a sense, a companion, in that sense, like, understanding the signs and seeing and trying to help her where she can. And it was scary, but then it became very real that, okay, I need to help her. I need to, okay, it's getting too cold out. Let's go inside. Or here, take my jacket. No, you sit down over there, type of thing.
That's been our entire life pretty much, and I don't like that. I've had people tell me, Brandon, you need to slow down. Stop doing this. You can't do that. You need to sit down. You just go inside. I will do what I want to do. I know what my body can handle and cannot handle it. And if I end up in pain, I know it's my fault. I'm going to deal with it on my own. And I'm going to take my medication and lie my ass down.
And I want you to realize something, Brandon. You guys had said something where it's like, they look different than me. Like, I look less than. I don't look at that at you both like that. I look at you both as, like, extremely strong individuals.
That's you.
But I'm telling you. But I'm telling you. This place. Like, oh my God! But it's the truth. But it's the truth, though. And I want you to realize, like, yeah, a lot of people may initially see that, but they will, like you'd said, keep doing you. Keep showing them, like, listen, I'm not your norm. I'm better, not better than the rest, but despite everything that I've shown and given, I'm going to overcome this. And you guys do that with such great poise and elegance, and y'all look great at it, you know? Like, you guys are overcomers, you know? You guys are very strong people. And I don't see anything less than that. But do know that, yes, I am aware of what you can and what you cannot. So regardless of what you're doing, I'm going to be back there, like, pushing you guys and being there to, I got the jacket. What you need. Like, you need me to rub you, I got you. You know, and I think that is really important to have people like that in your corner, you know, because you guys are doing greatness. You guys have nothing but greatness set ahead of you guys. And, you know, I just want to tell you thank you for sharing with us, with the world, you know, being vulnerable.
For the first time ever.
On both of them.
So, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell. If you know anyone that has sickle cell, if you know anyone that wants to know about sickle cell, definitely show them a video. And as we said before, there will be some Q&As coming where I'll answer questions. And if you have any other questions for anyone with sickle cell, whether male or female, because, you know, we have two of us, shoot them out to us and we'll see if we can get them answered for you. Come back next week for another video, either Wednesday or Thursday.
So you can see our beautiful faces.
Minus him.
Yeah.
Minus his beautiful face. Bye, guys.